Hello friends, I am Professor Rajendra Korande from Teach Easy. In the previous lecture, we obtained the formula for finding out the moment of inertia of a rectangle about horizontal and vertical centroidal axis. Similarly, we find out the moment of inertia of a square about horizontal axis, vertical axis and about the diagonal. Now in this lecture, we will see what are the expressions for moment of inertia for other standard geometrical figures. This time we will not derive it, I will directly tell you one thing we have derived, that is for rectangle. Now let us first see moment of inertia of a triangle. You can very easily see that ABC is a triangle whose base is BC, which is small b, and height is this perpendicular distance, that is h. Now for this particular triangle, we saw in applied mechanics that the horizontal centroidal axis is at a distance of h by 3 from the base or 2h by 3 from the apex. Now this is, you don't have any particular symmetry, so we cannot find out Iy for this one. Only we have got the formula about xx axis. So in this case, for this triangle, mi about horizontal centroidal axis, that is Ixx, is equal to b into h cube upon 36. This is standard formula. Now, can we find out moment of inertia of this triangle about the base? Yes, because the base BC is parallel to this horizontal centroidal axis x axis. So by using parallel axis theorem, IBC will be equal to Ixx plus area of triangle ABC into h square. What will be h is the distance between these two parallel axes, that is h by 3. If we use this formula, we get the expression for moment of inertia of a triangle about the base, that is BC, which is equal to b into h cube divided by 12, where b is the base of the triangle, h is the height of the triangle. Now let us proceed for the next one. Before that, let us highlight this. This is mi of rectangle about horizontal centroidal axis. This is mi of rectangle about the base. You can also find out the moment of inertia of the triangle about an axis which is parallel to base and passing through apex by shifting moment of inertia Ixx to this one, that is by taking value of h as 2h by 3. Now let us consider the next standard geometrical figure, that is circle. Now here you can see the circle of diameter d. Now always keep in mind, whenever you are finding out moment of inertia, you have to have a knowledge of symmetry. Now what is symmetry? It is very simple. The figure which can be folded into two equal halves, that is, these two folded sides are mirror images of each other, then this particular axis is said as axis of symmetry. For circle, we know that circle is always symmetrical about any diameter. Okay? You can say this as a circle, this as a circle, this as a circle, this as a circle. So it is symmetrical about the diameter. The moment of inertia of circle about horizontal centroidal axis or vertical centroidal axis or any diameter, all these are same, because circle is symmetrical about x-x axis, about y-y axis, as well as it is symmetrical about any diameter. So what is y-y axis? This is its y-y axis. The moment of inertia of a circular lamina about any diameter, that is Ixx is equal to Iyy is equal to, it is given as pi. Whenever curves are there, pi will be there. Pi into d raised to 4 divided by 64. This is the standard formula of moment of inertia of solid circular section about any diameter, that is about x-x axis or about y-y axis. Now let us go for the next figure, that is semicircle. Now look here, semicircle. Now this is circle. If I fold it, it will become semicircle. So if this is x-x axis, if I shift it like this, this will be its y-y axis. Only half the area is taken. Therefore, in this particular case, Iyy will be pi d raised to 4 upon 128, because area has become half. See, look here. This is semicircle. If I make it like this, it is same. So what was this? Pi d raised to 4 by 64 in case of circle. Now half the area is reduced. So Iyy will be, what will be Iyy? Iyy will be pi into d raised to 4 upon 128, half area. Mi is always depends upon how the area is distributed from that particular axis. Now, we know the moment of inertia of this semicircle about this one will be same as Iyy, because this is half the circle. So this moment of inertia of this semicircular lamina about the base will be same, pi d raised to 4 upon 128, and using parallel axis theorem we can find out moment of inertia about x-x axis. But only one thing you have to do, that here you will have to say by parallel axis theorem, this base is equal to Ixx plus area of the semicircle, that is pi r square by 2 into h square. What is this h? Is h this distance which we saw in the first year, that is that is centroid of a semicircle lies at a distance. What is this distance? 4r upon 3 pi. So this is r. So using parallel axis theorem, what will be parallel axis theorem? Look here. You cannot shift moment of inertia from this to this, but you can shift from centroid to another parallel axis. Here Ixx will be I about base, that is pi d raised to 4 by 128 plus area, that is pi r square by 2 into 4r upon 3 pi square. And if you simplify it, you will get value of Ixx is equal to 0.11 r raised to 4. This formula is found out in terms of r. What is r? Very simple. It is half of the diameter, that is d by 2. So it is 0.11 r raised to 4. Doing all the calculations of pi and all this thing, we arrive at this particular expression. You have to remember this particular formula. Now let us proceed for the next. That is AMI of quarter circle. This is quarter circle. Okay. Now just now I have told you what is symmetry. Can I say that this is symmetrical? Yes. If I fold it here, both the sides are same. So it is symmetrical about this axis, which is at an angle of 45 degrees. And whenever angle is 45 degrees, cos and sin are same. Therefore, this distance of centroid from this axis and this axis are same. And what these distances are? Here in case of quarter circle, both these distances are 4r upon 3 pi. This is also 4r upon 3 pi, and this distance is also 4r upon 3 pi. Now again we will see the logic like this. This was a semicircle. If I fold it, it will become quarter circle. Axis will not change, and as the axis does not change, only area becomes half. So it will be, what it will be? It will be half of this particular Ixx, because in this case this much area was distributed from this axis. Now the axis is same, xx axis, and only the area is halved. Therefore, in this case, what will be Ixx? Half the area will become half, means this by 2. So 0.11 divided by 2 will be 0.055 r raised to 4. Now one thing you have to keep in mind, that is, just now I have told you this quarter circle is symmetrical about this axis. Therefore, Ixx and Iyy will be equal in this case. So Iyy will also be equal to 0.055 r raised to 4. So I will repeat once again. Moment of inertia of a semicircular lamina, due to disposition only half area is distributed on one side of the axis. Iyy will become half of Iyy for full circle, that is pi d raised to 4 upon 128. And then using parallel axis theorem, I about base is equal to Ixx plus area into h square. We get Ixx is equal to 0.11 r raised to 4. Now for quarter circle, just I have shown you, as it is symmetrical about that particular axis semicircle, so it can be made half. Therefore, this will be half of this one, that is 0.11 divided by 2 will be 0.055 r raised to 4, and as it is symmetrical about the axis at 45 degrees, Iyy will also be same, that is 0.055 r raised to 4. So these are very important formulae. Here this is triangle BH cube by 3 about x6 axis, about base BH cube by 12. AMI of the rectangle of diameter d, Ix and Iyy are same about any diameter, it is pi d raised to 4 upon 64. For semicircle, pi d raised to 4 upon 128, Ix 0.11 r raised to 4, and for quarter circle, half of this, that is 0.055 r raised to 4 will be Ix and Iyy. So these are all the formulae for the standard figures. From next lecture, we will start solving the problems of finding out moment of inertia of different figures one by one. Thank you.